You're listening to Modern Male Radio with Jerod Zavistoski and Nick Hawk, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Whether you're a man seeking to get better with the opposite sex or a woman looking for some insight, I believe we can help. We've formulated this show to help males become more modern in their mode of thought. We've developed a methodology of the modern male, a series of all the areas a man can develop himself to become more attractive to women. This show will teach you how to become the new archetypal male, a male with the freedom to dress, groom, and behave, removed of social constructs, and only adherent to the truth of what women seek, taking the best qualities and attributes from every social dynamic and integrating their understanding with undeniable logic. This show will teach you how to become the one true archetype. Welcome to the Modern Male Movement. I'm your host, Jerod Zavistoski, and you're listening to Modern Male Radio. This is all the stuff your mama should have told you and the shit your daddy never knew. And as always, my co-host, author, actor, entrepreneur, and star of Showtime's Gigolos, I give you the Sultan of Smooth, the Commander of Cock, the Tyrannosaurus Rex of Sex. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Lord of Them Thighs and all that's inside. Give it up for Nick Hawk.
Thank you, Jerod. Welcome, guests, and welcome, listeners. Thank you for being part of the movement, and happy Halloween. Any Halloween plans, Jerod?
Not really. I think me and my boo
are going trick-or-treating? No costume?
Prince, what is it? Prince Eric and Ariel, I think, is what we're doing. But the whole Kim Kardashian thing, I was just on the internet today, and I was like, oh, damn it, that bitch stole my thing. We still got you?
Kind of.
Kind of?
Yeah.
So we're starting a Get Nick to LA fund. Anybody in the area that has a house or a Winnebago or something of that nature and wants to donate it to the Modern Male Movement, we're accepting offers right now because we need to get Nick out to LA.
I'm going to be in the studio a lot more. I'm coming next week. I told you I'd be down there next week. It'll be more of a regular thing.
Awesome. So what are your Halloween plans? I heard you were having a party. There's a whole bunch of stuff. What are you doing?
No, I'm attending the Fetish and Fantasy Halloween Ball. I've done that the last few years, and it's one of the best parties on earth. It take normal Halloween and all the amazing costumes that the girls like wearing and times it by 10 when you add the Fetish and Fantasy theme to it, and it gets pretty wild. They have tons of live stage shows and DJs, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'll be attending that tomorrow.
Awesome. Cool. Is there anything else exciting that's going on?
That's about it. It looks like this week we're going to be hitting fashion. Yep. And in the studio tonight to discuss with us, we have Nation Bishop, Chase Schmidt, and also Brooke Haven. How's everybody doing? Nathan, why don't you give us a little background on yourself, please?
Well, thank you. Thanks for the introduction. Originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Moved out here to run track and field. Did that for quite some time. Kind of built a few businesses in the meantime while I was hanging out in L.A., and now I do residential real estate.
Good stuff. You moved out here to run track and field with college?
Yeah, I ran
college?
Yeah, I ran at Cal State.
Okay, good stuff. Chase, what's up, man?
Chance.
Hey, I'm going to recorrect you. It's Chance, not Chase, if you don't mind.
C-H-A-N?
C-H-A-N-C-E, like take a chance.
All right.
That's a good tagline.
That's what Jerod
That's what I tell all the girls.
Email, so you can blame Jerod for that one.
No, it says Chance. I've got the copy of it right here.
And now we're starting an argument.
It says Chance right here. That's funny. So I can hear the southern drawl in you. Where are you from?
I'm actually from East Texas, a little small town called Jefferson, Texas. We have 4 red lights in the whole town, so
They're never green?
Yeah, well,
they're only red all the time.
Hardly ever they're green.
Cool. So how you liking LA?
I love LA. A lot different, of course, from a small town. Traffic sucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know.
Welcome to traffic.
5 minutes down the road is actually 20 minutes in LA. So
yeah, everywhere in LA.
That's why I'm not in the studio tonight, by the way. That's the main reason.
Yeah, it's Thursday night, the night before Halloween. Good luck getting around.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I called Uber Chopper to get here.
Yeah, right. Worth the money.
Yeah.
Cool. So continue, Nick. Did you?
Nothing. Just introducing everybody.
No. I felt like I cut you off. So I was about to intro Brooke, and I was like, well, I'll give it back to Nick.
and I'll give it right back over to Brooke. How's it going, Brooke? What's your background?
Well, actually, funny that we're here talking to you now because Chance and I were almost at your house. What night was that? Saturday night? At a party at your house?
Oh, no shit.
Yes, but we got tired. But we were about 10 minutes from your house before we went to our hotel.
Don't let her lie to you. She got drunk. I had to carry her back.
He is full of it. Okay, now that you just did that, by the way, I'm just going to out you because Mr. Texas over here that's been telling me all along he can outdrink me, that I better be able to keep up and blah, blah, blah. We went to a wedding. We went out with some of your friends, Nick, to about 3 clubs. And then at some point I came out and Mr. Life of the Party over here was sitting on a speaker looking like he was having the worst time of his life. And I was like, are we tired now? And he's like, I'm a little tired. He's like, I have a headache from all the blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just get you home. And I have pictures of him sleeping in the cab. So,
Nice,
nope,
good
it wasn't
stuff.
me that was being
what
carried
the hell
home.
did I do? Where was I?
You were at your house.
No, before that. Body English. Were you at Body English? I was judging a model contest, actually, and it was going pretty well, and there was a lot of hot girls, so I decided to have a after party after that.
We were at SLS at Life with TJ and Jason and some people that ended up at your house.
Nice. Yeah, real close friends of mine. How was Life? Life's the new club here in Vegas.
It was good. It was good. It wore one of us out, and it wasn't me.
She's full of jokes, ain't she?
Is it a joke or is it reality? I'm not sure. It's blurred vision.
Either way, it was a good time.
Jesus,
It
you
was
guys
a good
are like,
time.
Great time.
you guys are like a married couple already. I can see this working out.
Well, we do live together, so.
That is true.
Oh,
Do we not have a
that is
marriage
true.
counselor on today? We usually have one of those in the studio.
Nick, are you the new marriage counselor for us?
Not yet. I'm not going there yet.
Oh, no, we had one of those on last week. That was interesting. Liked Dino a lot. But we are not talking about dating at all today. We're actually talking more about fashion because when I started writing this book, there were a few people in my life. Brooke, you were actually one of the people that I let read. You were one of the first people I let read the book.
Right there on your couch
Uh-huh.
with Tina trying to distract us every step of the way.
Yeah, she's wonderful like that.
We love her for that.
And I was friends with you, Nate, and I remember, it kind of we had a similar style, and when I started the modern male movement and when I wrote that book, I mean, I literally just kind of wanted to create the book and slap 90% of the guys that I met in the face with it and be like, look, you're fucking up. And here's why. I've synthesized the information. I've created a to-do list for you. Here. Whap. And like you were one of the only people that I was like, I actually kind of learned from a little bit. And I was like, oh, wow, it's cool. And you had a very awesome, sense of style. And then we actually talked about you writing a book, Where the Gentlemen Go.
Yeah, Where'd the Gentlemen Go? Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much is the title I was looking at.
Because I noticed that you've got a very debonair GQ thing going, and you pull it off so well that I wanted to have you in and talk about that. I know you do real estate in Beverly Hills.
Too
but
kind.
Yeah.
You already wrote that book? Did you published it?
No, I haven't. I've just really kind of jotted it down in my note section of my iPad. It's just jumbled probably 100 pages of stuff, but I haven't had the time to really go through it. I'm building the foundation, so I'm getting that up and running in January. So I've kind of been a little tied up, so I haven't really focused on putting that out yet.
That's how
Might
modern
share
male
a little
started.
bit of it with us?
Yeah.
It's just the concept of really where the gentlemen go. You look at it nowadays, and so many people are just so self-involved. They don't take the time to say hi or be polite. And most people are like, how do you know this girl? How do you talk to that person? I go, well, I just go up and I go, hi, my name's Nathan. And I just am a gentleman about it. We go out, we have a good time. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm very honest who I am. I tell you what I'm looking for. I tell you what I'm going to do. And I go do it and I execute it. And most people don't do that, especially in LA. But in general, you just don't see that. In today's society, it's something that's far gone. So, I think it's something that we should take in the word gentleman. I think a lot of people nowadays use it as like being a pussy, and it's not. It's like if you look back in the day, people were gentlemen. Like it's in the way you dress and the way you act, the way that you are, the way that you handle business. And people aren't like that these days. And so I think that's something that's important.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of giving it a new twist. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And there's the part of our me and Nick's program, we're going to incorporate. It's a gentleman's training program out of UK called Perfect Gentleman, and one of their books that the owner actually sent me, they kind of described that gentlemen weren't pussies. They were actually trained all around. They were actually trained in martial arts. They were trained in etiquette standards, all this stuff. It was basically an archetype for development. So it's cool that we're kind of bringing that back. I mean, we had the 90s. That was embarrassing. I'm sorry. And then the 2000s was like, wow, look at me. We got new colors. And then, I feel like we're finally getting to a decade where people are like, dude, it's cool to be chic. Like, it's cool to be simple. It's cool to be, like, elegant. And
Black is okay.
yeah. Yeah, like a black shirt says a lot. It does a lot. Way more than, hey, I like this band. Bam! You like that band too? Because I like this band. Can you tell I fucking like this band? Like, it's just loud and obnoxious, and it's like it distracts people. I think that's a big thing. Good fashion is the same as any sort of social elegance. It's lubricant. I always used to say, people would be like, why do you dress up? Like, why do you don't need to? I'd be like, no, it's lubricant. If everything's clean on the outside, it allows somebody an easier time to get to know you on the inside. They don't get hung up on your belief system painted on your chest.
No.
Like, well, that person's like that.
Your EDC candy.
It's funny because
exactly.
It's funny you say that. Like, I remember years and years ago, I was young. And this guy's like, you dress pretty sharp. And I was a pretty young kid. And he goes, why do you do that? I go, just for the hell of it. And he goes, well, you know what? I think you should continue to do it because you never know who you're going to meet. And he gave me his business card. And it was like my first step into like owning my own business as a kid. The guy like was really cool, had his business and did really well back home where I'm from. And it was just cool. But it's like you said, like you never know who you're going to meet. Why not take the time to just look the part, even if it's not super special, but it's just better than the most. You know what I mean?
Well,
most people just are too lazy these days.
Yeah, and an example I always use is like if I walked up to you with a beat-to-hell box wrapped in dirty newspaper that I peed on, left it in the corner for like a week, and then I go back and I take this ugly piece of shit and I walk up to you with it and I go, hey, I want you to trust me. There's something very valuable inside. If you open this, you'll like it. What would you do? You'd go, oh, that box smells. Like, get it away from me.
I'd take the chance and open it.
People, I'd be like,
I might too.
I mean,
what's
why
in the
not?
box?
You never know. Take a chance, right?
I mean, we'd probably open it, but most girls would be like, ew, that box smells like pee.
Nobody touch it. Nobody touch it.
So, that's, what I really wanted to get to was, you're an Abercrombie model.
Exactly.
How long have you been doing that?
Actually, long story short, 6 years ago is how I got into it.
Okay.
Met a guy in Dallas, Texas. He told me he was an Abercrombie agent. Thought he was a liar, bullshitter. Gave me a card. I ended up calling him. He flew me to New York. And that was 6 years ago. So,
Boom. Boom. You still work for Abercrombie?
I still do. Last photo shoot I did was probably 6 months ago, probably.
How were you dressed when you met him?
Nice.
To be honest with you, when I first met them, I'm more myself. I'm more of my personality, get to know people. And I walked in there kind of like I'm dressed now, boots, blue jeans, and a white T-shirt, a white V-neck.
Yeah.
And that's how I pretty much go everywhere. I wake up every day. It's not that I'm lazy and I don't want to dress up. It's that's my look, and that's...
It's cool, man. We're in the same boat. T-shirt's my look as well.
Yeah,
actually, that's funny because you walked in here and I thought, wow, that's Nick.
I mean, exactly.
Nick, you made it.
Yeah.
Right here.
Surprise!
I mean, I feel more comfortable doing that and just being
I got a
myself.
black T-shirt on right now.
Yeah, I'm in a black V-neck right now. It's either a black V-neck or a white V-neck or brown boots, black boots, and blue jeans. And I mean, that's what I feel more comfortable
Hey, man,
in.
that's cozy. So
And
But
a lot
dressing your part is taking care of yourself, and it's the way you act, and there's many
Exactly.
things involved with it as well.
Well, and a lot of people think that good fashion is simply like, oh, you got to dress up. More is better. And sometimes less is more. Really just making sure that everything's clean, dialed in, and everything is appropriately placed. I've seen people in a white tee, and they had a great necklace on, a great wrist piece on, a really awesome watch, and then they had maybe some jeans and like some expensive shoes on, and you're like, oh wow, that works. It looks good. It's clean. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Exactly.
And that's a huge thing.
I think the biggest step is finding your style and what you feel best in, and the way that describes you and suits you the best, if it's a suit or a T-shirt.
Well, I try not to encourage people to do that too far, because sometimes what people think their style may just be atrocious.
No,
fashion.
they definitely need a little encouragement and advice from others if they're starting from square one. But you do need to find your own style and whatever that is, and make it work for you.
And there's definitely different archetypes that you can follow, whether it's chic, clean, GQ, whether it's more clubby, whether it's more I'm going to be a little bit more artistic and hipster, or badass, and then you can take it, but you can take it too far in any of those directions. And I've seen people with I'm like, oh my god, like really, Like you are the poster child for everything that's wrong with your genre. You know, and you see those
Definitely got to pull it together.
just too much.
I would like to tell you guys,
Mm-hmm.
when I picked this one up from the airport, he's going to kill me for this, but I'm just going to have to out him again.
Oh, yeah?
This is my fashion, too.
So I pick him up from the airport, our first time really hanging out, 7:30 in the morning, and I'm looking for him everywhere. I'm just not seeing him, half asleep. And then out of nowhere jumps this guy with neon green tennis shoes, whitish something golf shorts, a neon green shirt, and a cowboy hat.
Wow.
So he's like, here I am. And I was like,
Picture right there.
do I know you?
You work for a modeling agent. Like,
That was in Vegas. That's most people in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that
We
might
were
have
in
been Las
LA,
Vegas.
Nick.
Yeah.
Abercrombie is a
No excuse.
fashion company, right? Like, they sell
They
clothes.
are. They
and you
are.
get free clothes, yeah?
I do. But when I travel, I like to be comfortable and relaxed, too. And
Nothing
that
says
was just-
comfort like a cowboy hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeehaw!
Makes you feel good.
Woo! We're going to go to down to that.
It was a sight. And I still took him home with me. After, but
Aw.
I did, well, we did
You
go straight
altruistic
from,
thing, you.
we did go straight from the airport to a audition at a dating show.
Yep, that
So it
did
was a whole
happen.
day.
Wow.
Good meeting.
That's kind of awkward, huh? So, okay, one of the things I wanted to cover, so since we're kind of straying away from this, but what are the 3 biggest fashion faux pas that you guys see? And there's no right or wrong. So let's start with Nate, and then we're gonna work our way down. Nate, what do you see are the 3 main fashion faux pas? And don't be afraid of hurting anybody's feelings. That's what this show's for.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but some days I do. But for me, man, just simple stuff. Like, an accessory goes a long way. Like, come on, like, step it up in today's world. Like, great socks go a long way. Like, you can go to the dollar store and buy amazing socks.
Yeah, your sock collection is actually quite impressive.
Like, I don't own a pair of white socks. Like, it's just I don't do it. Plus, it makes it easier for my laundry.
I'd be sitting next to this guy at a convention, and he'd pull up his foot over his leg like this, and I'd see like rubber duckies and like, oh, you've had the strangest collection of socks I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, I mean, really my main reason is because I like colors and just don't care about what anyone else thinks. But mainly when I'm doing my laundry, just go to the pattern of the color. I'm done. Socks are the worst thing.
So note to self, for those of you out there, goofy, funny, nice socks are a way to kind of uncover your personality through a suit, which I think was interesting because you can wear a suit and you can be completely tailored up and dry as hell, or you can show your personality a little bit. And sometimes if you do that through a shirt or through an accessory, it's too much and it's loud. So it's an interesting thing to note that you could actually do that through a pair of socks.
Yeah,
which I think is awesome.
It's a good lubricant.
What's your
Yeah,
number
there you
2?
go. Man, to be honest with you, no belt. Even if you don't need it, put it on. Like, I swear to God, like, I can't stand like not having a belt. I just think that it's something that you should always have on. Like, do you constantly like to pull your pants up all day? Because I don't. So I'm just like, over the course of the day, that just would be annoying.
I don't have a belt on.
See, I don't know how you do that.
How are you guys
got
even
zipper
friends?
girls?
I got a good tailor.
See, okay, there you
I
go.
have a good
Then
tailor.
If you have a good tailor, then that's fine. But you're in a suit and I'm not. I'm in pants. It's a little different.
Yeah,
But
true. No, I would
in
wear
my
a belt
suits,
if I was
yes.
in pants.
And the third thing, like, I mean, just simple stuff. Like, I saw a guy the other day with a baseball hat, like just a straight 5950, which is a great hat, good build, but then he had that sticker still on it. I'm like, what are you thinking? Just little puns like that. What caused you to do that?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
I think
Might have been the 90s, that one.
I think that stemmed from 2 things. A, so you could take the thing back, and B, because when you removed it, it had like gunk on there. But I never really wore hats.
And because, what were those?
It's
crisscross
fresh
kids?
and
They would
clean.
do it.
Yeah.
It's not fresh and clean. Nothing about that's
All right,
fresh and
let's
clean.
kick it.
I like
Yo,
what
vanilla.
Jared says in his book about baggy clothing. You want to touch on that real quick, Jared?
Baggy clothes.
Yeah, what is the baggy clothing? So my theory on how baggy clothing became popular was that, it came out of the inner city. Inner city kids didn't have enough money, or their parents didn't have enough money to buy them new clothes every year. So basically they got a lot of hand-me-down stuff, which, innately would be very baggy. So you got these kids running around in baggy clothes. Well, a couple of them made it, got on TV. They're like, I like baggy clothes because it became a part of their identity, who they were. And now all these other kids see these kids in baggy clothes and they're going, oh my God, we should all wear baggy clothes. And that's how shitty fashion came to be. I forget what the tagline is on that. Yeah. You really want to walk around with like a giant poster on yourself that says, I can't afford clothes that fit. It's basically what you're wearing. It's a sign that says, I can't afford clothes that fit. When you're wearing like super baggy stuff, and people go, oh, it's comfortable, and I go, no, you look like a slob. Like it's just sloppy. So that's what I think about baggy clothes. But
and you can't run in baggy pants. I've seen it. I've seen guys
oh,
try.
the guys sag and they're like they're like waddling.
They're gonna lose that battle.
It's like yeah, and I mean the whole fashion section of my book is actually kind of written like that, where it's really it's quite funny. You actually read that today, didn't you?
Yes,
I made you do homework.
I did.
What'd you think?
I think it was, great because, it tells you how to dress yourself and how to go forth with yourself, present yourself as well.
Okay.
I agree with the baggy clothes. I know there's an old saying to go with sagging is what they call it. Mm-hmm. It's an old prison thing. That's how I got started, sagging.
Oh yeah, it means I'm open for deliveries.
Yeah, it's open for
Oh,
delivery
wow.
or something. It's an old prison thing.
That
I
is
couldn't
funny.
remember how it went.
I didn't
but
know
yeah.
that
I never
either.
knew that. I never knew that.
That's
Well, I've never been to
fact of the
prison.
day.
Yeah, me neither. So.
Fun fact for the day, guys.
That's interesting. I'm not. I wonder if that's a fact or if that was just some parent who was like, "Look, every time you sag, some prison guy's gonna get it. He's gonna get the wrong idea." So, Brooke, what do you think of the 3 biggest fashion faux pas that guys commit on a daily basis?
White socks with black suits. Nope, just don't do it.
Back to socks.
I don't know. I think a bad hat is a bad idea. I'm gonna
What about
say
white underwear?
no.
Nobody
No
should.
one's
I
done that.
like white underwear.
Nobody
Actually,
should.
as
White
long
underwear,
as it's just white underwear and nothing else.
Nobody
No.
should.
I think
Oh,
a
nobody
man
wear
looks
white
great
underwear.
in white.
No white underwear, no white socks.
Yeah, I'm with Nick on this one.
Really?
Yeah, all my undergarments are black.
I prefer my guy to be getting out of bed in nothing but a pair of white underwear if he's not naked. That's just me.
If,
I haven't
if
owned
I'm
a pair
getting
of
in
underwear
and
in
out
I
of
don't know how
bed,
long.
yeah. I mean, if I'm getting in and out of bed
I'll
with
never
my
get
girl,
out of bed in underwear.
yeah, I'm not wearing underwear. Like, we're all thinking the same thing. It's like, wait, who
Chance,
put,
why do you
who
have
put
underwear
in
on
this?
in the mornings?
I'll be honest with you. My balls kind of sagged down, so I pulled them up. I got to
Hey
keep
man,
them
you
protected.
gotta keep them protected.
You don't want to roll over and
All
hurt
of our
yourself.
female listeners just completely just shot their load all over the floor. They're all sitting there like, boop, my ovaries dropped.
I don't my third one is I hate those it's not a sweatshirt, it's like a tight kind of sweatshirt thing with a hood. I don't like it. Like not a zippy. I'm fine with a hoodie. I don't like that 80s
just like the
pullover
pullover?
with a hood that's tight.
So you don't like ninja
Dorky.
clothes?
Nope.
No
Jumpsuit.
ninja.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Nope. Not into it.
Okay, no ninja clothes.
And no neon green.
Yeah.
I'm screwed.
Chance,
What
you're
it- I-
right.
I'm screwed.
I hit the neon in the book too. What is it? Because it's loud. Like that's why they call it loud. It's like loud and flashy and this and that. Well, girls are subtle. So like when you do anything, girls notice it. And little details. A guy would look at it and he'd think, oh, I don't, like cufflinks. Like we'll never notice those, but women do. They notice cufflinks and watch and little things
Ooh,
like that.
watch.
A nice watch, right?
That says a lot for me.
So, when you wear something that's like, bam, hey, look at me, that's why they call it loud, because it's like yelling in somebody's ear. And that's what people don't get. Like, guys are like, oh, shit, like, that's exciting. And women are like, that's too much. So no neons. No neons.
No neon.
No neons.
There goes my wardrobe.
Do you, so Chance, do you have a top 3?
I do have a top 3. I think piercings. I think people get piercings in the wrong spots. Their nose, their eyebrows, their ears, their lips.
Okay.
I think it makes you look trashy, low class, unprofessional.
Agreed.
And to be honest with you, I have my ears pierced, but I've had them pierced for probably 4 years, and I probably could count on both my hands how many times I've worn earrings.
When I was a
It was
kid.
just one of those things I wanted when I was younger. And
Well, when I was a
quit doing
kid, it was what was it? If you got it on the left side, you were gay or something like that.
Yeah.
I have
And
no
it's like-
clue, but yeah, was it the George Michael trend?
Yeah.
Backstreet's back, all right.
I didn't know which one it was, so I just got both of them done.
Yeah.
Right.
I told him, by the way, when I saw that, I was like,
Uh-uh.
I don't like the piercings.
no.
Please don't wear
Yeah.
earrings.
Okay, so we got piercings. What else?
I think vulgar language on shirts. I don't know if y'all have a Spencer's around here. It's a good place that we have back home as well. Vulgar language. It's like one has a rooster on it that says, "Look at my cock" or something like that.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
also think that's
Bad
unprofessional.
taste.
makes you look trashy as well, low class.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one of my other flaws that I have. And another one, like I said, baggy clothes. I think baggy clothes makes you look unprofessional, get clothes that fit. Like Nate said, wear a belt. I wear a belt every day when I walk out. Yeah. Shorts, jeans. Unless I'm wearing basketball shorts to go work out in, I don't have a belt on.
Middle America, Chance hates you.
No, he still loves you. Just have to implement new situations.
Exactly.
So, cool. So this we actually come right back into it. I'm going to go right back to you, Nate. What are 3 things that you recommend, okay, besides the faux pas? Like, if I was a guy and I had, let's say, $100, so like low budget, and I wanted to clean up my look, how would you advise somebody to do it?
Real quick, Jerod, did we hit yours? We
No, we did
I
not.
think we got my main 2.
Oh.
Mine was clothes that don't fit for sure. Even if it's a T-shirt, I don't like baggy shirts at all. And then I don't like loud shit either. Those are my 2 biggest ones. We cover all yours, Jerod?
My biggest fashion faux pas, I have so many, but my biggest fashion faux pas for me personally are wearing casual shoes with dress clothes. I think it's kind of a show of disrespect for me. Like when I see somebody going, yeah, I'm going to dress up, but I did this on purpose, just to show you how cool I am. Like when people do that kind of shit, I'm like, eh. I think shoes make the man 100%. So shoes are always a big thing. And wear shirts that fit. That's a huge one. Like, don't wear shirts that are too big for you or too small for you.
Or too small.
Yeah, you don't even walk around like that. Like, I'm too buff. And let's see. The other, and I'm actually gonna borrow one of Chance's things. I don't like it when people do things as they adhere to one certain look because they're interested in something. So like with the piercings or the tattoos or the whatever, I see a lot of people that will adopt a look and then that style will become a persona and then that persona will become what they think is them. And they only hang out at certain bars. They only do certain things. They only have certain friends because they went from, hey, I'm going to wear this metal shirt to I'm going to wear this metal shirt and I'm going to get a tattoo on the side of my neck and I'm going to, get all these piercings and da-da-da. And they go to this point of no return where it's like, it's not even a point of no return. I actually think the guys like that look great in suits. I think that, this whole, especially this new beard thing that's coming out where guys with tattoos are getting beards and they're dressing super dapper. I think that is awesome. And I love that there's a big push to do that. But for a while it was, I think it's a huge fashion faux pas to negate fashion as something that you can't do independently of who you are. Fashion is something that you can adopt, develop. You can go from here to there. This day you can look like that. The next day you can look like that. You can dress appropriate to your environment. And that's kind of what we cover in the intro with being a new archetypal male is I want to make sure that every guy knows that like you don't have to stick to an archetype. The guy that you grew up as and the guy that you think that you developed into as a complete person doesn't have to make choices that close you off. You can actually do things. You can dress a certain way. You can do things that are outside your social genre or whatever you've created around you. So I really wanted to impress that point. So I think that's a huge faux pas. We're gonna come right back to Nate. Things that you would recommend men do.
Well, first and foremost, really comes down to for your wardrobe. It's really you got to work
said
out.
With $100, Jerod?
Yeah, what would you do if you had $100? Like, how would you get somebody up in class?
All right. Well, to change your wardrobe, like seriously, if you have $100, like I do it all the time. Like I don't like to spend a fortune on designer clothes. I could care less.
Yeah.
Like I'm wearing a vest right now. I got it at the Goodwill, and you would never know it. Like so, I mean,
Thrift
open up.
shop.
Yeah, open up your horizons and get creative. Like, learn to make shit. Learn to sew a little bit. Learn to get creative. Buy something, change it up a little bit. Do something else. But mainly, like, work out, get your shit tailored, and you'll look great. But mainly, one thing that you can do is, if I was to say anything, the easiest way for someone to kind of put their wardrobe together is literally watch the movie Crazy Stupid Love. Reference what Ryan Gosling says, 16 things every man should have. Like, literally, you should get those. And there you go. But the one thing I will tell you is, if you live by the rule of buying one thing every week or every 2 weeks for your wardrobe, even if it's the stupidest little thing, it'll go a long way in the long haul. You'll build a huge wardrobe and you'll have a huge selection to pick from. But mainly, if you're on a budget, I mean, like flea markets, thrift stores, Goodwills, you know, secondhand stores, anything along those lines, you know, just check it out. Like, you got to learn to bargain shop. You got to learn to know what you fit and how you fit. And the other thing I would say is find friends that are in fashion, that are in downtown. They have tons of clothes that they give away constantly that are just for model stuff. You can take it off their hands for nothing. So why not go down there and, you know, get free clothes? Yeah. I mean, I did that when I needed to, so it works. I'm just saying, you got to think smarter than the system.
Huh. Okay.
That was well thought out.
Yeah, yeah. Well thought out. Glad I gave you guys your talking points 3 hours before the show.
Good job.
You're up.
Okay, so mine. I think, so we're on the budget. Where to go if you're on a budget, or are we on the
$100.
watch?
How would you
Okay, so H&M, I think is decent.
Yep.
I'm a big fan. I might get shot down for this, but I tend to think that Target has a pretty good selection of clothes
For
these
girls,
days.
I will say that. I walk into Target and you're like, God, man, if I was a girl, like shopping
You'd
for
be
clothes would be
set.
the most amazing thing in the world. But for guys, no, I get
really
it though.
is.
But you see that, you're like, totally unfair.
I'm actually
totally
kind
unfair.
of shocked.
Girls can pop into like a random little drugstore and come out with the cutest top. You're like, where'd you get that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
totally unfair.
And also, if I was a guy, I'd go shop in one of my best friend's closets that had great style. That's what I would do.
Oh, you mean steal the shit?
Yeah, not steal it, but I would just be like, oh, you don't want this anymore? I'm taking it.
Yeah.
People get tired of their clothes pretty easily.
That's true. I mean,
If you're on a budget and you got a date, best friend's closet.
that is true. Yeah, like start hitting up
Yeah.
the social network and be like, look, do any of you have any clothes that you would be willing to get
Size
rid of?
7.
Or
Size
just,
7.
or just get smarter and create a donation box, give half of it away. And
A
keep half for
GoFundMe.com.
yourself. Yeah, exactly. So that way, you know,
Need to
people
dress
aren't
better.
like, hey, you're just
Help me
taking my
dress
stuff.
better.
No, I'm giving half of it away. But.
Totally.
Did you get through all 3, Brooke? Is that
Yeah,
3?
that was all 3.
Okay,
for me.
awesome. You're up.
It's pretty much the same thing they said, you know, Target, Walmart, Goodwill. I mean, you can buy cheap stuff. Walmart, Target, they sell white tees, black tees, gray tees, any other color. I mean, color coordinate, get it. Go buy a cheap pair of pants. You can buy a pair, I mean, they may not be expensive. They may not be a pair of $700 cowboy boots or, you know, a pair of Nikes or nothing else. But, I mean, get it while you can. Get the cheaper brand, dress up a little bit more, and just from there, we'll just keep on rolling. And that's the only way I know how to get. With $100, it's the only way I would know how to do it. Target, cheaper ways.
You got to look at it as, I mean, you do have $100, which is fine. But the other
Exactly.
thing is, look at your city. We live in LA, right?
Yeah.
Nothing's
What's the number-
$100.
but no,
you can't
but
get a pair of shoes.
What
for
I'm saying
$100.
is,
Exactly.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we live in LA. What resources do we have, right? We're in the entertainment business.
Thousands.
There's millions of wardrobes that they have to get rid of.
True.
Look them up. Go there. They will give this stuff away.
100% true.
All I'm saying is, like,
Yep.
you know, you don't need to shop cheap. Just shop smart, and then you'll find it. Or get creative. Take a cover of GQ or something from GQ or a style that you like, and go, how can I make that? Bam, you know, you hit the thrift store. I get the shirt I needed, or the concept of it. Then you can hem it yourself, or go to the tailor and they'll tailor it your way. Like, I mean, little steps like that, which you're going to take something that's cheap, that took a little thought and process, that makes you look amazing, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
Because everybody can go and just buy the same old dumb shit that everyone has. Like when you were in high school, everyone had the same
Cookie cutter.
Everyone had the same Abercrombie shirt or the same Abercrombie. Like, I
Exactly.
hated that. I never was that kid. I was always doing my own thing.
I can see
so
that
like
about you.
that's the concept of what I'm saying, in the sense of, if you have a budget, think outside that box. It's the same thing with anything, but that's really what you have to do. Just get creative.
Yeah, or you can go to these stores, you can buy shit that's on sale, or buy stuff
Yeah.
that's on clearance, or go to outlet malls opposed to the normal malls. You don't have to have the item that just came out. Nobody knows the difference anyways. Whenever I I spend a lot of money on a shirt or clothes or jeans or anything, I feel like, you know, they got the better of me and I'm giving my money to the man, you know, like buy shit that's on sale or clearance, or go to these outlet malls. Just about all large cities have them now.
Go to a thrift store in Beverly Hills. You're going to get good stuff.
You gotta
Speaking
be
from Texas,
specific.
I was going to tell you, like, speaking from Texas,
stuff,
in
yeah, I get
Texas, and there's like garage sale every weekend, and there's people, you know, selling clothes for $2, $1. You know, sometimes it's cheaper than going to, you know, Goodwill, Target, Walmart.
In LA on Melrose has Crossroads, is it?
Yeah, I was going to say, you brought that
designer
up.
used
Good.
clothes there. They sell them really cheap. You can get some amazing stuff out of there. I've been in there a couple times.
There's a ton of stuff, and that's actually going into all like my 3 things. Though, with fashion, you know, I cover this in the book, and I kind of give good examples and illustrations. But yeah, thrift shops are a place where that's kind of where I started, because it allowed me the freedom to fuck up. so to speak. Like I was able to go, okay, well, if I make a mistake, it was $20, you know, wasn't a big deal. But I think that the two go hand in hand. Thrift shops have been mentioned a lot, but this is one thing that hasn't, is a tailor. You can buy something that's a little too big for you and you can take it to somebody, and for $10, $15, they can stitch it up and make it fit you, which is awesome. So it took me a while to figure out the whole tailor thing. And then that actually, you know, that opened a lot of doors for me, because then I realized every time I went into a store and I found something, I could then take that thing and I could make it fit me. I could do whatever I wanted with it. And one of the things that I think is monumentally important. So if you had $100 and I were you, what I would do is I would go to a thrift shop, or I would, again, ask around, because everybody's got an old suit jacket. Everybody's got a black suit jacket, something simple. That's 101, okay? Black suit jacket, nice shoes. Not cheap shoes, nice shoes, okay? When I tell people, I'm like, spend that entire $100 on your fucking shoes, okay? Go get, you know, wear whatever pants you want, suit jacket, shoes, white tee, and you're good to go. Like a white V-neck, it comes down to here. It's, you know, maybe not good to go. I would then get a necklace, put it on. You know, something that would kind of highlight that. But there's a lot of indie fashion. You can kind of get away with that. On Melrose, there are a ton of thrift shops that you can go to. Not just Crossroads. There are literally, I think there's 5 or 6 from La Brea to what is it? La Brea to Fairfax. There are tons of thrift shops. Zara is another huge one. I think Zara is amazing. And if you go in the summertime to get your winter clothes, you get all of their winter stuff for like half price. And it was only $50 to begin with. So it's like, cool. I want a whole bunch of blazers for, you know, $200. Like I bought 8. You know, with watches and accessories, fake it. Like I will stand by that. The watch that you're wearing does not have to be $1,000. It should look like it was $1,000, but it doesn't have to be $1,000. And whatever you wear, make sure that you rock it. Don't ever throw something on like, hey, I'm just gonna throw this on and I don't give a fuck. Be like, no, I'm gonna put this on and I can rock that. And if you come from that perspective, you'll start to tailor your clothes a little bit better. Whereas you're, instead of just accepting like, oh, this looks good enough, be like, cool, how am I going to rock this? How am I going to make this something that I like, that I like looking at myself in the mirror? And don't worry about how expensive it is. Just worry about how aesthetically pleasing it is. Is this cool? So that would be my advice.
It's about finding your style and owning your image. I just have to say one more thing about the pendants or necklaces or accessories. eBay is a great place to look for those.
Exactly.
And you can find decent stuff on there. You could type in if you want a heart pendant or a dagger pendant or a dragon pendant. You can type that in. There's a million of them, ranging from whatever price range. If you only have $5, up to if you have $50 for one or a couple hundred. eBay is a great place to go to find some of these accessories and watches and sunglasses as well. That you can find stuff so discounted on there.
If I catch any of my fans going on eBay and buying a dragon pendant, I will personally bitch slap you.
Yeah.
That's all right. You did have that in your book.
No dragons, no fleur-de-lis, no crosses, no angel wings, no demon wings, no. And I mean, it's okay. There are certain places where that stuff's acceptable, but like doing super, super loud, especially with jeans, like I personally, I hate Affliction jeans.
The worst.
Yeah, and you know, with the big loud fucking crosses on the back and the
blinged out.
Like that whole company.
I hate that shit too. You need to, if you want to flare up your style a little bit though, you could find some specific pendant that means something to you in some way, and you can find that on eBay.
You can do, just for example, like, I mean, look, what you said back on that, Jerod, is when you find a style or who you are, you know, there's 2 words you look at. You look at confidence and cocky. Don't be cocky. Walk the line of confidence and cocky. And that's when you'll find that style that works best for you and you'll own it and you doesn't care what people say. On accessories, yes. Like, for example, like I'm into just making my own or doing my own. I like to just be artistic. I took an old watch. I smashed it. I ripped out all the gears, like an old like pocket watch. Took out the gears, tack welded them, put some rope or like some fishing line around it, wrapped it a little bit, melted it together, colored it out, and then made a necklace, and you would never even know. It looks like it's some old worn-out piece of crap you found, and it's amazing. Yeah. But same thing. It's like you can take antique silverware, bend it into like a cool ring, bend off the end of it, and you got something that's really cool and different, and it's your own style. But that's what I mean is like you just have to like own it, and who cares? And accessories are important. It's like mainly your shoes have to look great, and your watch has to be nice.
Well, like what you were saying with that
fine.
balance between cocky and confidence, there's also a balance between owning it, not caring, but also caring enough to make sure that it's worth looking at. Because I think that if we encourage people to go too far in one direction, and they do that, like right now, we're trying to get men to care about the way they look. And they're like, oh, fuck it, this is my fashion. It's like, no, it's not fashion. You can, if you have fashion, then it can be your own fashion. And you can be like, well, awesome, I think this is dope. But you have to be open to some certain things. And I think you have to be open to a little bit of influence, because people make mistakes. Like 90% of the people that I know that would right out the gate be like, hey, I'm a dude, I'm going to get into fashion, would go to an affliction store. And they'd be like, okay, cool, I'm going to start rocking that. Or I'm gonna rock some Ed Hardy. And it's like they wouldn't know the difference until finally one girl got close enough to them and said, hey, you look like a fucking jackass right now.
Pretty much.
Right?
Yes.
Like the other thing is when you clean up your look, groom yourself. We all like, facial hair's big or whatever's big at the time. But
We're
like,
gonna get
like groom yourself. You know what I mean?
He's like, we're not there yet.
Yeah, all right.
I
got a whole story.
Has there been
He's
a
ready.
trend that's caught on recently? I've been seeing too much of it.
Yeah, it's a little
What's that?
over the top.
What's that name?
I said the affliction in Ed Hardy. That shit's all been played out and phazed out.
That
right?
was gone like
is
10
there
years
anything else
ago.
that's caught on that people are wearing? I haven't seen too much of that anymore.
I think
which is a good thing.
A lot of Armenians are rocking that shit still.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that they were always the ones that were
Yeah.
rocking that. But I think that right now, actually, the dapper thing is coming back, which is fucking awesome. Like, the more people I see are, the new stylistic trend is there's this kind of loud garbage style, which is cool. Like, it's very, like, blah, and then there's this very chic, like, clean. Like, those are the two main styles that I see. There's that, what was it? I had a guest on, and his pictures are on my website, Ryan Edge, where he had, dirty rocker model thing. Like, it's this new pop punk thing. I don't even know what to call it. So if I butchered that, I'm sorry. But there's this kind of inner city thing that's cool. I like that. And then there's also this very chic, cleaned up, like, gentleman. And then there's this kind of like dirty thing on top of that where the guys are wearing beards, and they're like, I'm a man, gentleman, and I can cut down trees with my beard.
which is all great. It's all fun. You gotta love it all.
Yeah.
But you gotta do it right. That's all.
Yeah. You really do have to do it right.
I think the beards are too much lately. Like that guy, Dan Brazilian or whatever he is, and his giant frickin' beard, and now everybody else wants a big giant Santa Claus beard. It's too much. Ladies will agree. It's too much between the thighs.
Oh, is that the case?
There you go.
Well, take it from the expert. I had no idea that was the reason.
Yes.
I don't know. I would be afraid that things would get lost in there, stuck in there.
Food.
Hygiene would be a small issue for me. But yeah, I mean, facial hair is great in a lot of ways. Too much beard. I think if you're, I don't know. I go back and forth on the beard. I think that everything should be trimmed and look nice. Yeah. And I've seen guys with,
it looks good.
With
do it right.
Like one of the things that I actually talk about in the book is if you do have a beard, turn from right to left in the mirror and look and see if the beard rounds your face. Exactly. Because guys with beards, and if they already have a round face and they don't have any like contours to their jawline, it'll just make them look fat. And it's like, no. Look right to left. And even if you don't trim anything else, just trim your cheek lines right here a little bit shorter than the rest of it. So when you look in them, you'll get this fucking awesome contour and you'll look like you have an angled face. And it's a trick that guys can use when they weren't, genetically born with a strong jaw. And you
were, by the way, the king of the strong jaw.
Well, thank you. So another thing that I wanted to get to, since we're going back and forth on all this stuff, suits. Do you think that they're intimidating at all? Because I've had this conversation with several guys on the subject of girls, and it feels to me like when you're dressed simply, more like Chase is dressed, you would Chance.
I was like, it's Chance.
I did not.
Touche.
Just butchering it away over here, Jerod. Mr. I had it correct.
Nick put it in my head, okay?
No. Busted.
Damn, all
No,
correct.
no, it says it right here. Look, wait, hold on.
He's sketching it in his paper right now.
Read that. What does that say?
Yeah, it says chance.
It says chance, exactly.
It's okay. Our meeting before we got here, they butchered his name as well. So
Yeah.
it's a trend tonight.
You can call me motherfucker, and I'll still answer to it.
Okay.
Even though he's not a motherfucker. I don't have any kids.
Not
There
yet.
you go. Yeah.
Not yet. So do you guys feel like suits are ever intimidating? This is more of a question for Brooke. Do you feel like a sharp-dressed guy can sometimes be a little, is that intimidating to you?
Not at all. I think it's very sexy at the right time and place. There's a time and a place for everything.
So
If-
don't walk into a dive bar with a suit.
Absolutely not. That's doing too much, and I'm going to think you're trying too hard.
Okay, even if it's a nice suit.
Even if it's a nice suit and a great pair of shoes. Nope.
Okay. What about you?
It depends on, the
I already know your
occasion.
answer.
Depends on the occasion. I love wearing suits,
Yeah.
but it depends on the occasion if you're at a fancy dinner or so forth. But back at home, I see guys in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is another small town next to me. People go out to clubs and bars and they're in suit jackets or suit pants and dress shoes. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're at the bar. And, I think it's good for that time, whatever time you're doing it. If you're at a professional event,
Yeah.
yes, it makes you look classy, makes you look like a higher class person. But if you're just wearing it just to wear it, I think you're stupid.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. And it's funny because you touched on different looks. So real quick to go through different suit looks. If you're at a professional function, suit, tie, cufflinks, all that stuff, dressed up to the nines, everything in. If you are going out to a club, no tie. You can
Button-up shirt.
You can wear what I call a club shirt. You can wear a jacket. I wouldn't wear a tuxedo jacket. And you can too. You can as well. But just make sure the shirt's casual, no tie. You don't have to wear super nice shoes, but it's a good idea. It depends on the club where you're going. And then if you're gonna wear jeans and dress shoes and a top, you can do that for a casual business meeting, something like that. And if you are doing, I don't think that there's ever personally for me. I feel like it's disrespectful, lazy, and I wonder where your shoes went when you show up in tennis shoes and a suit jacket. And I know
that's awful.
There's a huge trend to do that where like a guy will be in jeans, tennis shoes, a V-neck or whatever, and then he'll be wearing a suit jacket. I'm just like, you sloppy. Like I feel like that's so disrespectful.
Even if it's a fresh pair of Jordans?
Even if it's a fresh pair of Jordans, do not do it.
Jared.
No, wait. No, Jordans are out.
Wait, is that still in the 90s?
You don't ever get to wear Jordans unless you are going to the gym.
And then even then.
I'm playing. We're in the same boat, man.
Yeah, I love tennis shoes. I'm a tennis shoe freak. I own millions of pairs of tennis shoes for sure, and you can rock them with many things, but I think we all get a little bit older. Tennis shoes were what I wore to school through middle school and high school for the most part, unless I had to change my shoes. But yeah, man, like to bring it back on that, like a suit's not intimidating at all. It's really on how you wear it. And again, if you own a suit, it better be tailored. Like I pretty much have all my suits made to my own fittings because there's no point for me to buy something that's not for me in a suit. But I do think you can wear a suit wherever. Like, I might wear a suit all day from meeting to meeting and then have to rock into a dive bar for a minute. You know what I mean? But I'll dress it down. I won't wear the suit jacket in or roll my sleeves up a little bit.
You can dress it down.
Exactly.
Yeah, you play. I get it, But suits are something, I just think that the era of dressing up is a little bit more common these days. I think that we went through the slob phase for a long time or were just lazy and didn't care. And I also think a lot of people should just work out. If you work out a little bit, you'll want to dress nicer. Why? Because you feel better. Like, who doesn't like their abs popping out of their shirt?
Nick, what do you think?
I cut out a little bit there.
I
One more
said,
time?
Nick, what do you think? So on suits, would you think that they're ever intimidating? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think they're intimidating?
Yeah, do you think that suits intimidate women?
My big thing on on everything is just wearing what you're comfortable in and finding your image, your look, and your style. Yes, you can't decide it's something, then just, you kind of bagged on that a little bit earlier on. You just can't decide on something and wear it. You do have to formulate your opinion from, thoughts from other people. Definitely get it tailored. I said one of my biggest things was, wearing clothes that don't fit. But wear a suit if you're comfortable in a suit. If it's you, obviously it's going to apply to your profession and what you do for work, where you want to go. I do also believe that you need to dress to be successful. You know, if you're not successful, you want to own your own business, you want to meet the right people, you want to network, you better start looking nice, you know, and doing something about it. You do have to start somewhere, and dressing nice is a great place to start.
Yeah.
That's a good point. The one thing I want to add to that, if you don't mind, is I guess you could say a suit is intimidating. And the reason is I think that's what it was meant for, is it was meant to be like, hey, look at me. I'm doing something with myself in the world. Like, you know, take a look. I think that's not like, I mean, that's more of like yeah, I'm different than that person. You should want to be with me, you know, for women.
That's
and
funny.
That sake.
I have several different...
it should keep some people away, and it should draw others. If it's intimidating to somebody, they should stay the fuck away from you then.
Well put.
Well then.
I have several different theories on suits. I think that one, you know, it's like any package or present. You want to say, hey, there's something nice inside. You wrap the present in a nice way. I also think that it could just as easily be taken as I want to debase you. I want to take away your personality, your originality in every single way. I'm going to put you in a suit so that you are now a carbon like a
monkey
cookie
suit.
Yeah, like
that's a good point
cutter.
too, man. That's why you do flare it up though with that tie or socks or whatever you can do.
So I think that in order to establish, you know, corporate culture, cohesion, all that good stuff, I think that a lot of people were like, okay, well, let's just do suits. It's easy. And also, I think what's great about a suit is honestly, when I wear a suit, it's on the days where I don't feel like actually getting dressed. I'm like, what do I wear? I don't even want to think about it. Boom, suit, boom. It's 3 pieces of clothing that I know look good. It's very, very easy to just put on a suit. And it's like, everybody's like, damn, you look good. You dressed up. And it's like, actually, I just went in my closet and threw, you know, my boilerplate on. So you keep looking like you want to say something to me.
Wow, you can read my face so well.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't really going to say anything. I was just taking back to when we went to the Vice events together.
Oh, yeah.
And you and I were very well dressed. And you were kind of the light of that party because you were in a suit. When other people just, I mean, it was a classy event. It was a charity. It was classy. And he was about the only guy there in a suit.
Fancy now. Are you
And,
fancy
and it was
now?
good.
Fancy, huh?
Yeah.
Fancy now. All right. So cool. Nick, real quick, let's get right into your questionnaire, and then we're going to wrap up the show.
All right. We'll start with Nathan. He already answered this in the beginning. Your favorite way to approach somebody? He said very casually, go up and say hi. Would you like to add anything to that?
Oh man, I could go on for days for that one. But yeah, I just own it with confidence. You know, be polite, be nice, smile, say something to, you know, flatter the individual. But the funny thing is, just try to pick up on that insecurity and use it. You know, because the funny thing is everyone has insecurities, but that's usually the most beautiful thing about us.
Oh, here we go, an insecure female. Tracking her down.
Good answer right there.
Oh no, the female.
All right, Brooke, what's your favorite way to approach someone or be approached by?
I do not like any cheesy lines. I like somebody to just be themselves and just, hey, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Don't come off too strong. Don't be cheesy. And don't be too cocky, but confidence is okay.
I love how she looks at me when she says that.
Chance, what's your favorite way to approach somebody?
Be yourself. Walk up. 90% of the time when we pick up girls or girls pick up guys back home in Texas, like, hey, boy, hey, girl. And just be yourself. Don't ever try to hide and be somebody you're not. You're not. That's my point of view to anybody. You know, go up, be yourself, because if you don't, they're really going to find out the real you. If you talk to them more on in life, they're going to find out your flaws and everywhere else. So just be yourself.
Okay.
Don't
All
hide
right,
anything.
works for me. Nathan, if you could have a room filled with anything, what would be in it?
That's a good question. I would take Uncle Scrooge's piggy bank. I'd have all of his $10, his special 10-cent coin.
There
That's
we
what I'd
go.
take. Something that means something to me.
Well, in that day, it would probably be
Value.
real silver, so it would probably be like 1,000 times.
That's a
more
great
expensive.
question. That's hard to say what I'd want to fill in that room. But I'd want to fill it probably most likely with, I can't even, I don't know. Come back to me on that for a second.
Okay, no problem. Brooke,
Yes.
if you could have a room with anything in it besides cell phones, what would be in it?
Candy. I'm a candyaholic.
There we go.
All right.
Cupcakes,
Chance,
perhaps?
if you could have a room filled with anything, what would be in it?
Be honest with you, I don't know, to be honest.
With Brookhaven
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
I can
with
answer that
Brookhaven
for
in
you.
it. You know, I would say money, but I mean, money can't buy happiness. Everybody says money does buy happiness, but it really doesn't. I've been up and down my entire life with money. I've, very successful as now. But, I mean, money doesn't buy happiness. What I would be stuck with is probably just all my close friends and everybody I've always loved and cared for in life, probably.
Yep.
That's
And
a
this
much
is
better
why I
answer
like
than
him.
money. All right, Nathan, you got another one for me?
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, the one thing I'd want a room filled with is knowledge. And the reason I say that is because there's two things. There's two things we know in the world, right? As humans, well, at least nature knows, is either it grows or it dies, and that's what we do as a human. So either you can choose to grow at a rapid pace and change something in the world, or you can either slowly die, a long, slow death that most people do in the world. But a room full of knowledge would be important to me.
I hate to admit that I like a lot of your answers.
I do.
I really thought I was going to think you
write
were
a
like
book,
king
right?
of the assholes, but you're okay.
I'm a nice
We got along so well in the beginning, didn't we?
I know.
she tried to bite me. I was like, all right, I'll let you try to
We
bite.
were almost fighting in the elevator.
We went into the show and I was thinking,
in
oh
hot.
dear God. Oh Lord. That's why I
We
was
need the
walking
free
like
footage.
50 foot.
All
like I
right,
was 50
Nathan,
feet
what
in
is your
fr-
favorite
in front of
fetish
this.
or fantasy?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite, man. I'm such a freak that I just like it all.
Whoa.
But I couldn't say a fantasy?
You
Was
stumped
Brooke
him.
expecting that answer too?
No, man, I'm not stumped on an answer. It's just like that it could be answered so many ways that I would what would it really
Well,
mean?
for posterity's sake, we got 3 minutes, so pick one.
Pick one. Fantasy. I mean, I always just love two girls, man. I love to please.
There we
That
go.
works. Brooke.
Sex in the rain, in the mud, in the woods with Chance.
That's called rape.
Could
That
be.
is great.
You
I
can't
love
rape
that
the
answer.
willing, though.
That's true.
Good answer. And Chance.
But she was going to say mud. I was going to say rooftops or balconies or something.
You're down? He's up.
I'm up.
All right. What's
All
up?
right, so he's sticking to public. That works. All right. Nathan, if you had one day to live, how would you spend it?
One day to live, I would use that day to actually help others create their goal. Because when I leave, at least I know I helped others create something that could be, fulfilling.
Awesome. Brooke?
Gonna spend it with all the people I love and care about.
Cool. Chance?
Enjoy every second I have, time, family, friends, just enjoying what
With
I
a
can.
Coors Light.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With
Last
Coors-
question, Nick.
With a Coors Light
Good
in my
stuff.
hand.
Nathan. All right, how can people find you? And is there anything you'd like to promote?
Yeah, I have my website, nathanbishopla.com. It's just real estate based, blog about me. I wish I had my cancer foundation up. I will be having that up and running in January. I have a blood cancer research foundation that I want to put together that's going to,
I
kinda do
forgot.
some
You're a
things.
cancer survivor, right?
Yes.
That's insane. We're going to have to
Wow.
have you back to talk about that.
Yeah,
How'd
for
we not
sure.
hit on that?
What's that?
I said, how'd we not hit on that, Jerod?
I forgot. There, he's so multifaceted. There's so much. Like we still got fashion. Then we were actually this entire show was supposed to be industry based. We were actually going to do a motivational segment on entrepreneurism, and that's what I was going to have you on here for. And then we switched it at the last second and did fashion. So, Brooke, where can people find you and stuff?
You can find me on Twitter under @MissBrookehaven and Instagram MissBrookehavenXO. And sometimes you can find me on the radio with you, Jerod.
Yes.
Or with Chance. Could be.
Twitter, it's at the Chance Dale. On Twitter, on Instagram, it's Chance_Dale 44.
Nope, it's not. It's
She knows
at
better than I do.
reply the Chance CHANCEDALE the Chance Dale.
There she goes. She handles stuff better than I do.
Awesome. All right, cool. And you can always find me and Nick at The Modern Male, Facebook, The Modern Male Movement, methodologyofthemodernmale.com, and the Nick Hawk, is it nickhawkexplicit.com?
It is.
Okay, nickhawkexplicit.com. Cool. That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Modern Male Radio.
You're listening to Modern Male Radio with Jerod Zavistoski and Nick Hawk, right here on LA Talk Radio.